Hey there everyone, today is lunchtime lessons and I'm going to be talking about the ballpoint pen. I actually just grabbed this from work because I am on my lunch break, but I wanted to talk about how using a ballpoint pen not only helps you build up your skill with fine line and pressure sensitivity when you're drawing, but also make sure that you really build up those skills of building on a small basis. And what I mean by that is I have my sketchbook right here, so I'm going to show you a few pictures. These are all done in ballpoint pen, and they're all obviously done with one shot because there's nothing that I can erase. I don't have an erasable pen, and you get these great depth of field, sort of like deep shadows, harsh dark lines. You can do things that are anime-ish. You can do things that are more representational, a little bit of like a comic booky realism right here. But what you can focus on is that change in sort of your pattern and your pressure. Ballpoint pens, everybody can get them. They cost $5 for a pack of 10, pack of 20, depending upon where you are, depending on how good they are. And that's what really makes these so good for practicing. I definitely hear a lot from my artist friends or mentors about how you shouldn't use ballpoint pen to practice or make good art because then you're not going to be able to have that archival quality. But that's not what this is about. This is about building up your skills and making it so that you can work on gaining that hand sensitivity. So I'm going to show you a little bit right now as I start to draw, and you'll be able to see how you can start practicing with a ballpoint pen, just whatever you find around. Obviously I found this one at work, so we'll see sort of like what a generic ballpoint pen can do. Alright, so hopefully this will get right in the right spot and my page won't flip up. Actually, there we go, lunch. Have it right in the way. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is you can see building up these layers and these levels, and you have that darker spot, these lighter sides, and as you're coming in through one area, as you go over it a few times, you're building up that depth and building up a dense area. Now if I wanted to make that a dark side of a ball, I can bring the other sides around and sort of build these up and give myself that harsh outside line that's really good with comic books and cartoon styles. But if I wanted to keep a softer edge, I could also do that. They're great for working on your cross-hatching skills, and it also helps you make sure that as you're coming up, you're really letting that line disappear into space. Now if I were to stop harshly, or if I were to accidentally stop and then pull back, you can see in here it comes back because there is a really good sort of like, it reads really well, and by reading it means it's just like it's going to give you all of the time that you're on the page. So that's when it's going to show you how you're working. So what you want to work on with ballpoint pens specifically is this, how to gather these light patches. One of the projects I like to do is give myself a few little, I don't know, just spaces or something like that, and they can be any shape. You can start to work on building up composition and things like that, and making an area a shadow and making an area a highlight. So as you work your way into the center, you can really start to work on lightening up your pen, and that's also really make sure that you are not giving your hand too much effort, too much work, and making sure that the pressure you give is the right amount. And you'll read it really quickly when you're not giving the right amount of pressure with a ballpoint pen. You're going to have a super dark line that's going to come in from somewhere, or it's not going to read correctly, or the edge won't fade out enough. And that's another thing that you really want to work on with ballpoint pens, is it really gets you to have the exact amount of pressure you want. Not almost the exact amount of pressure, the exact amount of pressure. So here we go. I have a little bit heavier of a hand, working on those lines, refining those deep shadows, and building in these areas right in here as I slowly move in and push through this area. So that's my sort of tip for today on ballpoint pens and how to make these work. If you guys liked it, stay tuned. We may try and do this more often for lunch and just give you guys a quick little tip and tricks. So stay tuned, follow along, and I'll keep working on ballpoint pens and just pencils. Quick things, easy tools that you can have and use. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.